Welcome to another episode of Bearcats Unleashed, our student athlete series here on mckbearcats.com. And we're very happy to be joined today by Trevor Wolf. Trevor is a member of our hockey program. Trevor, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Trevor, a lot of good things for hockey last year. Continued success for both programs, I should say. You played a big role in that. You had 6 assists throughout the year, timely assists for the Bearcats as they continued their winning ways. Talk about how the season kind of came to an end right before COVID hit.
Well, we kind of got lucky. Our season, we were at our conference championship, so that was our last games anyway, right before COVID hit. So we had the conference championship, which we won, and then it was like just before everything started getting shut down. So it was just lucky right there for us. And I mean, after that, we just would have practiced a few days a week just to stay on the ice.
Yeah, I bet it was kind of a surreal experience as you find out basically right at the end of your season that things are going to change. Talk about your feelings knowing that.
Yeah, it was just kind of tough, especially because at first we didn't really know what was going to go on because we were right on spring break too when it really started happening. And then we were here, but then we're told that because of everything going on, like if we wanted to go home, we could. And for me, I lived in Florida, so I had to go home. And then so before that, I had to make sure all my schoolwork was done for the week and everything was turned in before I had to drive home. And it was just a little crazy how everything happened, just packing all my stuff up real quick and leaving.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that was going to be my next question. With you living in Florida, going home probably seemed kind of normal because, like you said, it was spring break. But talk about that situation where you go home and you don't come back. You're doing your classes online.
Yeah, it was pretty weird, but going home, I mean, I had my own space in that anyway in my room, so it was more of just me having to get my homework done on time and not do whatever I could. And especially down in Florida, we got hit a lot harder than up here with the cases, so we really couldn't do anything. You're just stuck inside all day.
Well, being able to work on your class load certainly helped not only you, but your overall team as well, because the hockey numbers, as well as most teams across the board, were up in terms of GPA. That had to be a good feeling for you, helping to contribute to that.
Yeah, it did. I would focus on around like one class a day and just do one class one day, get all the work done, then the next, and just keep doing it like that until I had no work. And if I was bored because I had nothing else to do, I mean, I'd just start working into the next week just to have something to do while I was sitting around.
Talk about being, I won't say isolation, but under quarantine, not being able to do much. Talk about what kinds of things you learned about yourself. Did you learn any new hobbies? Did you find yourself doing things you normally don't do?
Yeah, to pass time, I would play like card games or something with my parents, which I didn't do much of, or board games. It really just gives something to do. I didn't know how to shuffle cards, and I'd try to practice that all day just to learn something new like that. Like practice tying ties, bow ties, because for hockey we have to get dressed in suits for our games, so might as well just practice what I can. I learned that since I had nothing to do, usually I'm a procrastinator, but since there was really nothing, did all my schoolwork, and I was shocked that I wasn't pushing it to the last day or something to get it done.
Here we are 6 months later, finally able to get back on campus. Had to be a good feeling. Talk about getting back to somewhat a normal routine.
Yeah, so it's a little crazy with everything going on, having to go to class, and usually you're only half the classes there and everything's social distance. But I mean, it helps out better to still be in class learning than online and struggling, and then everyone's all hectic with emails and things going on, and it's sometimes hard to get all the information put out. But I think it helps, like, at least being able to go to class 2 times a week just to ask questions and learn the topic, and then do a Zoom call for the other class time.
Now, even though hockey is considered a winter sport, your season's affected at the start because you guys normally start so early, mid-September.
Yeah.
What's it been like really without any workouts and trying to figure out how things are going to work from here?
It's a little tough. It's weird because usually when we come to school, we start practicing the first day of classes. But so far, like with practice and that, we haven't been able to. And we plan on starting next week. And it'll also just be different because we have to wear like our masks and that while practicing. So that'll feel a little weird. And it's also because of quarantine and that, a lot of the rinks are shut down. So it's gonna be the first time for a lot of people skating in a long time. And so the first couple weeks they're gonna be a little tough once we get back, but it'll all come back to us.
It'll be different for a lot of people. I know that, especially you guys, being the sport that you are, covering a lot of ground. Really, talk about miles skated and things like that. So, looking ahead, hopefully you guys get a schedule, get on the ice soon. Talk about what you guys want to accomplish this year. Obviously, last year, added to the run of conference championships. I'm sure you guys want to add a fifth straight to the mantle.
Yeah, we always want to add another conference championship. We've had the winning program for years now. And now the main goal is also to get to the national tournament, especially from 2 years ago then to last year, moving the two teams up to D1 and D2 instead of D2 and D3. It's nice having that first conference championship at D1 in the first year that we were there. And if we can make it to the national tournament, it would just make things so much better and really help the program expand and get more kids coming here.
Do you have any personal goals for the season?
I mean, in the end, for me, it's just helping the team out, doing what I can to help win. It's more not much about me as it is for the team.
Well, Trevor, that's good stuff. I really appreciate you taking some time to join us on Bearcats Unleashed. Thanks for joining us, and good luck this coming year.
Thank you.
That's another episode of Bearcats Unleashed. I'm Scott Cummings, and as always, it's a great day to be a Bearcat.